Well, good morning, everybody. I don't know about you, but this is probably my favorite times of the year, isn't it? It's always a great, glorious time, but it's also, even though it's a great favorite for many of us, it's always a hectic time of year as well. We're all so busy. And especially yesterday, on Saturday, of course, you have the typical mass schedule. Guess how many weddings we had yesterday? We had 3 weddings. All back to back to back. And it's always a crazy, hectic time. I mean, who plans 3 weddings for one of the busiest weekends of the year at a parish? Right, your pastor does. I don't know why. But it was a beautiful occasion because 2 of those families that were married yesterday, they're coming into the church this Easter, and so we were able to bless their marriage in anticipation of them coming into the church fully in Easter time. And then the 3rd wedding was one of the teachers from our school at Notre Dame, one of the elementary school teachers. And so I was more than happy to do that. And many of the kids were here, and the teachers and the staff from our parish school were there. So it was a beautiful occasion, even though it was hard work. But it was glorious. And even though this time of year tends to be hectic and busy and stressful, we must never forget the gift. Yesterday, of course, was a beautiful day. I don't know if you saw the day yesterday. And especially when you plan a wedding during wintertime, it's a gamble, isn't it? It could have been rainy, foggy, who knows? Sometimes it even snows in Vacaville once every 50 years. It could have been crazy, but the Lord gifted us with beautiful weather. And in all of you, first let me just say thank you for all the many gifts that have been flooding the parish office. Thank you, all of you. We've been getting Christmas cards, gift cards, you name it, and especially this parish, you guys love giving desserts. You should see my house. It is full of desserts. And Father Reggie and I can eat dessert, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the next month. So thank you for all of you for your generosity and giving. But if you notice, whenever we get gifts, especially something of value, the question always becomes now, how do we respond to gifts? And so to all of you, for all the many gifts that you bestowed upon myself and Father Reggie, I want to give you something as your pastor. Of course, I can't give you all gift cards because I'm poor. But I will gift you something as a parish. With all the craziness of Sunday and Christmas going side by side, all that hecticness. And by the way, especially as Catholics, we worship both days, don't we? Some churches try to cheat and say, oh, just go to Sunday. You don't have to go to East or Christmas Day because it's a Monday, so close together. Oh, not us. We don't cheat. We go to Mass on Sunday and we go to Mass on Monday because those 2 days we're all obligated to and to celebrate the glorious mysteries. So as it adds to the hecticness. And so as a gift to all of you, with 2 Masses back to back, I will give you today a short 6-minute homily. From the bottom of my heart. But don't get used to it. But gift. Notice, how do we respond? In the first reading today, David saying, and God is just showering the kingdom of Israel with all of these many gifts, defeating all of their enemies, making it low, and now giving them a whole kingdom that will last forever. David says, is receiving this gift from God, how will he respond? He says, God, I will build you a temple, David says. And he will go on to build the first temple in Jerusalem. A magnificent temple for God. Or how about Paul, in a beautiful second reading today, meditating upon the profound gift of faith that all of us have received. Culminating finally in this beautiful gospel, in that pivotal moment when the angel Gabriel now appears to Mary, and the angel Gabriel says, I have a message to you from God. God will gift you something. And Mary is stunned. It says that Mary is confused, troubled by his words. And he says to Mary, You have found favor with God, for do not fear, Mary, for you will conceive and bear a son. Every parent in here, flash back to the birth of your first child. When you were a terrified parent in that hospital room as the doctor handed you your child for the very first time, that little thing seemed so fragile and tiny in the palms of your hands. And you know that gift that was bestowed upon you, God will now give humanity His very Son. Can there anything be more valuable than to give someone a child? How are we to respond to the gift of God? Oh, Mary knows how. Look, the drama unfolds. Mary said, I am the maidservant of the Lord, in response to this gift. Maidservant, what does that mean? We don't use that word in English. Hardly. In the original Greek, this word maidservant is douale. Another way of translating this into English is slave. Slave? Isn't that a bad word in English? And Mary says, I am a slave of the Lord. In response to the gift, Mary responds in kind. I give my whole self back to you now, God. No trace of ego, no trace of self-serving, no trace of selfishness. Mary responds to God's ultimate gift. I give you myself. My brothers and sisters, as we celebrate tomorrow the greatest gift that we could ever receive, we must respond in kind. God, I give you my whole life. And in the words of St. Paul, for it is when we do that, it is no longer I that lives, but Christ now who lives in me. That's how we respond to Jesus Christ.
I have sworn to take